Coho salmon love eggs, and who doesn't like watching a float go down just like this? But today I'm showing you my favorite technique to be chasing our upper tributary Coho salmon, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Now, when it comes to the fall, especially in November, we have two runs of salmon coming to a head. The A run of Coho is typically already gone and done, but we have the B run showing up. A lot of our fish are pushed up into the upper tributaries, allowing for more concentrations of fish in better places. Closer to hatchery zones, you're going to find more fish gathered together. But what happens is these fish see the same presentations over and over again. Twitching jigs, spinners, eggs, and a lot of the time they start to get really heavily pressured. Well, this technique is my favorite way to target these pressured fish. It consists of your favorite float setup, but instead of eggs, we are actually going to be fishing steelhead jigs. And yes, this technique works phenomenally because of two things. One being the presentation itself. A steelhead jig is very minimal in the way that it presents itself to the fish. It's very subtle, doesn't have a lot going on. You can do all sorts of styles, and I'll show this in a minute of my favorite ones up close. But what really comes into play with the steelhead jig, you're able to make a presentation to the fish without spooking them. And because you're bringing them into something that not only looks good, you can entice things like little pink worm tails. You can entice things like pieces of prawn and shrimp. You can make little tiny adjustments with something like this to help you get more bites when everybody else is struggling. My words aren't just the only thing to show here. I've had a lot of success over the years doing this. So I want to show you why this is my favorite. Let's take a look at how simple the setup is and the colors of jigs you should be using. All right, one of my favorite parts here is breaking down the jigs themselves and how this is rigged and set up. Let's first talk about the rig. If you've never done this before, I highly recommend. I got a couple other videos of setting up a float basic setup, but here's a really cool tip. You can set up and pre-rig your float setups to be ready on the water for a quick 1 knot and completely retie on a whole new setup and not have to spend 15-20 minutes doing that. I have 15 feet of Top Shot floating mono, a bobber stop, a bead, a corky, a 1/2 ounce bobber, another rubber bead to help protect the bottom knot, inline weight, 3 feet a leader, and the jig. That's all you need to get set up on this rig, make it super easy, and it works. Now on the jigs themselves, I typically go with a 1/8 ounce size as it fits most conditions. Your colors, as you can see, I got a bunch there, vary, but there's a combination of your peaches, your pinks, your oranges, and then some other darker colors like your dark reds, your purples, and your blacks. All those will catch steelhead, but they're also going to catch your coho. So having a baseline of just a few basic colors is going to help get the job done. You don't need anything fancy. If I had to pick 5 colors, I would go a pink, an orange, a combination of pink and white, or pink and orange, a nightmare, and you're pretty much set. So that's pretty much in a nutshell the jig selection and why those are important. But I will give you one additional tip here. There are multiple different types of materials being used in these jigs. Anywhere between a basic rabbit fur tie jig, which does really well with bait. Then you have these other jig styles like this marabou that do okay with bait, but they are more for the movement in the water. Really sleek. This thins down in the current, so keep that in mind. You can also go to something like a rabbit fur jig body and a rubber worm tail. This helps you to use scent, but gives a little bit different presentation size and see what the fish want. Having a little bit of everything is going to help you get more bites and be able to present these to the fish properly.
Now let's go take a look at the full rig setup and the rod.
And to show you, we'll start with the sand shrimp. So I just pull the head off. I don't throw these away because that's still a usable piece of bait if you need. But there is your sand shrimp. You can rig this on a tie jig if you would like by threading it through and rigging it out like that. Or you can take it on a plain jig head, going through the body, and you can see as it starts to come together, it fully fits on the jig. Now the best thing to do for an application where it's a bare jig hook or it's a bare jig head is to put a bait button on the hook. That little keeper is a little rubber disc and it'll keep the bait sitting there. There's nothing more natural than that floating downriver of a shrimp tail. So that is one of my favorite ways to fish a sand shrimp. Now prawn, second one here. I take a little small chunk with my scissors, cut that off, take my tied jig, presents it perfect. Just like that. Super fishy. And all it is just a little bit of scent, a little bit of UV, a little bit of color, and it works great. We got our salad shrimp cured up here. All nice and ready and tough. Simple, just like the prawn. You can take just a small piece cut off. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy, but you're looking at just adding a little bit of flavor to the jig presentation. They aren't as tough as a regular prawn, so you definitely want to use a bait button as well, but it is a cheap alternative to making some bait. Then you got a prawn tail that are cured. This is one that's a little bit larger, so I again would recommend using it on just a full jig head, no tide, but the smaller portion of the tail you can absolutely use, and you can rig it up just like that. And lastly, we got our coon shrimp. These can be fished whole, but I really like to just twist the head off, and you can feed them, since it's a smaller profile, on a full jig and make a nice, neat little presentation, or do it on the back of a jig as well. Really, really effective, guys. Now, what's really cool is I've done some footage where I've been able to see how these fish react to not only just salmon eggs, but seeing shrimp come by them as well on a jig. To see these fish look at the jig, slowly back down as it's still coming in their face direction, staying on the same horizontal plane, and having them turn around and then absolutely smash the jig just like this. There is nothing more satisfying to me, and that's how I grew up learning how to fish, than watching one of these floats just disappear, knowing a sure bet that you're catching a fish and hooking them. Here's the other thing that's cool too. You're losing less gear by fishing a float and a jig, and you have ability for beginner fishermen to go out there and bring success without having to use and lose a ton of gear. Here's the gear. It's super simple. We have an 8'6" rod here because it's my small stream float rod, but a 9 foot to 9'6" is perfect. I have a 3000 size reel, 60-pound braid to help float, top shot, a 15-pound test, floating mono, to your favorite float of size, 3/8 ounce weight, about 2.5, 3 feet a liter, to an 1/8 ounce steelhead jig. That's all it is. As simple of rigging as you can have to go out you and catch you some fish. But it's a confidence builder. Like I said, you have ability to do multi-species with this kind of rig setup. And that, in my own opinion, brings so much more fun to it. You almost play fish roulette. You got coho in the rivers, maybe be some king still, but you got chums, you got cutthroat, and you have the chance at some of those steelhead that are around. So why not throw something that can get you a little bit of everything? Now you let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Are you throwing this rig, or are you putting something different under a float to chase these coho? Tell me below, and if you want to see a video where we talk about the Blue Fox spinner and a new rig and which way you can fish them, check it out right here. Tight lines and fish on!